Hey everybody, it's Eric. I'm going to show you how to build a frame, lattice edge frame. Let me show you here. So here's a close-up of what we're going to do. This is a 1/4 inch lattice, and you can see I've got a really small pin nailer that I nail the corners with there. And on the back, this is what it looks like. I have a backing piece right here, and it's only about 1/4 inch, and there's a little bit of space so that I can glue corners in there, triangles to brace it. This is the painting. So I'm going to build this part. I'll show you how I'm doing it. This is the lattice that you get from Home Depot. It's 1/4 inch, and you get it in lengths. I bought 6-foot lengths because I can't fit much more in my car. So I had somebody send a frame painting back to me in a wood crate, and I don't really ever use wood crates, so I'm going to repurpose this into frames. So what I've done is I've gone to my table saw here, and I have cut each of the lids to the back, the back and the front of the crate, and it was made out of 1/4 inch ply. So I cut these at about a 1.5 inch width, and that's how many I got out of the one crate. And then I go over to my table, and what I've done is I have screwed in a cleat onto this table. This is the one before that was one of the edges of the crate. And then I put a piece of lattice down as a spacer, and I tacked it in. You can see with these little pin nails. I tacked that in, and I left a gap between the two for this lattice piece to slip down. And that will give me the space that I need on the back of the frame. Now here's the box. You can see there's a screw hole still. That's the lid that I've cut, and I've glued it to this piece. I just shove that one down, and I shove that one in, and then I use Gorilla Glue to glue that together. The thing about this glue too is that it needs to sit for about an hour. They do make a white glue that sets in about half an hour, but this does need to sit in the clamps for about an hour. Okay, so we're ready to do another one. We'll just put this down in here. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Try to make the straightest edge. Yeah, it's this one. I also like to use lacquer thinner to clean it up. This is the lacquer thinner, just Home Depot variety. Now the painting will sit down in here, so I don't want any of the glue to kind of bloom through. Now the thing about Gorilla Glue is it needs to be activated, so I activate it by spraying a little bit of water. It's just a water bottle. And then I clamp it, so that kind of holds it square there. Just trying to make sure on that. Okay. Now wait for another hour and then do it all over again. And my lattice piece is a little longer than my backing piece. So we're about ready to unclamp this and slide it down and glue another piece to it. So I hope I can get it out of this. See if it's, yeah, it might be glued in there pretty good. So let's see. I don't know, that's gonna come out, I think. Good, came out, which means I didn't get any blooming back here. Well, there's a little bit right there, but that's okay. And that's perfect. That'll give me room to do that. Now I'm gonna build this whole length like this, and then I will miter the corners to fit each painting as I need to. But for right now, I'm going to put another piece in there. I'm going to move these weights. Those are the weights for my easel. I don't know why they're in here. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down in if I can. Good. Now I can put the next backing piece in there, and I'll just slide it and butt it against that, and then I will put a piece on the back side once this glue has set, and nail that in, and that will strengthen that. And it kind of comes over here, so I think what I will do is take it over to my saw, my miter saw, and I should put them up here with my thumbnail. I gotta set this to 90 degrees there. I don't know if you can see that, but close enough. And I don't need to be too precise with these right now, so. Okay, good enough. Okay, so we're ready to put some glue down. And this is the Gorilla Glue again. And I hope you can see this. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay. I'm just going to put a dot about every 2 inches. Need to get some more of this. And this stuff expands to fill all of the pores in the wood, and that's why it's such a good glue. But you don't want too much because it will expand out the edges. So I'm just doing a dot every 2 inches or so, and then we'll spread it across with the neck of this. Kind of spread it thin a bit. They say you only want like 1/3 of the space that you need glued because it expands that much. So you have to use it carefully. If you do get too much, you can, when it's set, you can carve it away with a razor knife or a razor blade. That's what I usually use. Get that spread out. Clean the neck of my glue with that, and then I just run it across the edge of this to make sure there isn't any folded over. Or at least minimize what's possible to come out. Okay, so that is glued. I just put it there and I'm going to clamp it. That's why I have these cleats. You need to clamp it because it does expand and the glue will push it out away from each other. So with that clamped, it will go into the pores of the wood like this and make a really good bond. So we shouldn't need any nails coming through the side of this into this backing. See, this one is pretty good. So I will do all of my lengths of molding first, like this, and then we'll cut them to fit each of the paintings that I need to do. Okay, so here's the length of molding now. All glued, should be good, and this is how the canvas will fit in. Just kind of like that. So there you can kind of see that will work. So now it's just reproducing a whole bunch more of those. Oh, and I'm going to glue a piece like this on this. There we are. Glue a piece like this right here. And cut this down to the right size, glue it on there, and that will support this gap. I need a new bottle. Okay, that should do. Let that sit an hour and we have a whole new piece. And we're ready to put another one on.